Today, we're going to replicate an app that does $32 million in revenue annually and make it 10 times better. I'm going to make sure that track.toggle, which is a great app, is becoming better with our replica. We are going to call it the Legend OS, and let's get started on building it on Replit. I'm going to start by designing the app, and it's just going to be very simply. I've described what kind of application I want, clicked on start, and it will start building the design out from here. And that's the most important part. It automatically starts creating a design which makes sense for us, and then we can take this and start building it right away. Our process is going to be super simple. We are going to design, plan, and build. So first, I've started already with the design part. We'll plan it out on how the app looks like, and finally build the app together with. As you guys can see, we have the app. I gave it a reference of an image also here that I found that's something similar to that I want to create. And very simply, you can see it has the projects, you can see the other options, it is scrollable, you can see different goals that you can put in. And again, the design looks pretty slick, and I can also switch this to like full size so you guys can see more in depth. But like, again, pretty cool. Like, again, got the right color and designs that I wanted. We can probably keep changing it as we go along, but the next step is just to start building it into a fully functional app. So the next step looks like is very simply you take a screenshot of this, come here, and we will paste this screenshot here and switch this from build and here from web app to mobile app. Once we switch to mobile app, we will paste the same that we already created, the same application prompt that we used in design to get started. Once we're done with this, it will take a couple of minutes to load the first prompt. Now the first prompt looks like this. Again, it does not match the actual design, and that's obvious because sometimes again, it's focusing more on building the app, and we can start changing the colors and ask everything to do. So given that it worked this, I'm going to post the screenshot again and say, make sure to match the colors as the image and ensure it looks perfect. As soon as you input that, this is how you can keep reiterating over what you are building in apps, because the point is slowly and steadily you will want to change other stuff, and we'll probably find some other bugs that we might want to squash. So it will keep working, but in the meantime, what we're going to do is very simply, you see on the right hand side, you can download Expo Go. Expo Go is like very simply an app that allows you to run this particular app in your phone. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to simply scan the QR code that is present here on my phone, get the app running right there and then on my phone. As you can see, it has already started loading, and I'll show that to you on my screen in a second. As you can see, we have the app here live on our phone. You can see there are still some things that are not loading, like the icons are not loading properly. Even if the app looks good, like the icon on the right hand side, it's not great, it's not clickable. The workout option and 90 minutes focus is sometimes working. Can we add into the deep work? Yes. You can see we have a timer also here that we can resolve there. You can see the goals section is pretty well. We can add a journal entry. So let's say amazing, let's subscribe to the channel. Please do subscribe, and I can save the entry, and I can also see the entry, but you see there is no edit button also available. So it's fine. There are a couple of problems, but again, we'll go ahead and fix them. But the one thing that I technically need to get started in deploying this is it needs to have authentication, because right now it's just an app that stays on your phone, and I don't think it has a, they have built a database which allows me to sync the information back to another place. So if I log in another phone, I should be able to. But the one core thing that is missing here is that there is no login option. And because there is no login option, if I for some reason uninstall the app or switch my phones, I will again have to do all of this, and I will not be able to save my status of data. So let's start adding that and come back to the application. I'm just going to show you how to add this, and in the same format you can add all the other features also. So again, we are going to add by starting by saying that start by adding authentication and a login screen to allow users to log in via email or Google. I'm going to press enter, and it will automatically start again looking at the options that are available to add the authentication, because it also needs to build the screen. We were not very successful on the design, right? Again, and so now you see that there is actually an option that is coming up. As soon as I started asking it to build, I selected the fast option. Fast option is when I just want to do small minor changes. So like for example, instead of unified entry, I want to change this here. Instead of that, I can select the agent option, which we were already using, where automatically the AI agent in Replit will go ahead and figure out everything and authenticate and add everything that is required. So as you can see, it has already started working, and it will go ahead and build everything. This is the coolest part of using Replit, that you don't need to do anything. And if you face an error, you can just ask the agent to do that. For example, I believe I will still have to manually switch and change the design because it wasn't able to do that, and I'll have to do that tweak one by one. Now, as I can show you here very simply, the Google sign-in did not work properly. It created a great email and sign-in, so I can 100% click on sign up, enter my name, and enter a password, right? Again, and we can confirm the password also and create an account. It will actually create an honest account directly on Replit's database. But if I had to create sign up with Google, it just started telling me, like, Akshat, you need to set up a Google Cloud project and everything else. And that's when you start realizing that this is a real challenge. When you're actually still building the apps, you still need to do some steps yourself because it can't solve for everything. And I think that's super important to remember. But that's all fun and games. We can actually start seeing the app is already live. And I can also go ahead and see the same application in my phone. So as you can see, this is on my phone, and I'm going to log in with the same email ID and details to showcase to you that this app is perfectly working. And I'm just going to put in this. One issue that I still believe you're having is that it's not able to load the icons, which is something that I believe you'll have to sort out as you go ahead. Very simply, again, it started, again, it works properly, it's tracking everything. The application has, again, some level of, again, there is some icon issue that's going on, but that's fine. But at least you have a live running app on your phone within less than 10 minutes. And that is the power of Replit. We had to do nothing to get to this point, and now we can also even publish it to the App Store. So if you come here, you also have the option to publish to App Store, which will automatically guide you through a whole process of launching this on the Apple's App Store. You can also paywall and make money through this application, which is crazy, which took you less than 10 minutes to build. And if you're someone who's interested to see how this whole process looks like and how do we get our first customers, hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to do like a 3-hour demo on how to build the app with all the features, the authentication and all the other AI features that we want to add to this, and actually get it live on the App Store. And if you want an early preview on that, check out the link in the description where you can join our school community to learn more. Perfect. Till then, I'll see you in the next one.